Okay, so yeah, after a long day in Charlotte, we found this thing, a Cybertruck, and that's all I gotta say. We just came back from a long day in Charlotte. Let me just say, a long day to experience that or express that. But here we have the brand new Tesla Cybertruck, and this is an actual Cybertruck. Like an actual production Cybertruck. Seeing it in the flesh for the very first time. What in the world am I looking at? Because this thing honestly looks just as crazy as an Aventador, which does not make any sense because this is supposed to be a pickup truck. This thing is massive, like to even just look at. And let's take a side shot of this thing because obviously I hate Tesla, but this is cool.
Because it's so stupid.
So yeah, the design is definitely different. This is the actual production Cybertruck. So we have the massive tires, we have the super beefy tire. I mean, it's just like, because it's brand new, and then we have those wheel like covers for it. Obviously it makes it more aerodynamic, but it's different. No, it is not 30. That's what Elon said, but obviously it's not 35,000. We have the full width LED light bar on here. We have the reverse lights integrated in the bumper down there. Then we have this little piece on the top that actually does fold up like that too. And the bumper looks like it's made out of plastic, but it's probably metal. I'm not completely sure. But this design is just something else. Like I think it's full exposed stainless steel or full metal, like exposed metal. You can see some fingerprints on it, but let's take a brief look at the interior. You can't even open it obviously because we're near a gate right now, but just take a look at that screen. It is so massive. It's like a computer. That's what most Teslas are like. They're just basically giant computers on wheels. But let's take a look at the front because this is way different from the actual concept Cybertruck that was revealed nearly 5 years ago. It doesn't look real. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's almost as stunning as an Aventador in terms of like the wow factor of it. You never see anything designed like this ever, especially like daring designs like this, except for maybe Kia and Hyundai. But coming over to the front, we obviously have the same LED light bar that we have in the concept. You can just take a look at that right here. The gate is blocking it, but also in the front, there's no really any body lines going on, but you do have a little bit of an angle in the headlight, if you can see that, to make it look more aggressive. But we do have the indicators and everything else integrated in the bumper, obviously. So the headlights, there's something new because obviously you need headlights to make this thing a production car. And also, this windscreen is just absolutely massive. And when I say massive, I mean like just come around to the side, because this thing is basically like 2 lines or 3 lines in the entire car. We have one for the windscreen, then it goes straight from like sort of, I don't know how to explain it, but the rest of the car is just another line. And then we have that one shoulder line that goes all the way down there. And that's basically all you need to design a Cybertruck. Let's get back on topic because it is just so massive. Like from that point all the way to this hood point, which is not even really a hood. Like, look at how short of an overhang this thing has. Like, right where the bumper starts, that's where exactly where the front wheel is. Obviously, that would make for a lot better leg room inside of there. But, jeez, this thing was so weird. Like, and I mean that in a cool way because, as I said, it just feels like an Aventador in terms of, like, the wow factor on the Cybertruck. And like seeing it in an actual production version, it's just so wild. But also that's something new. It followed the design ethos on this thing. Triangular mirrors, you don't really see that anywhere on any car ever. But around here we have the sensors, as you can see, integrated into like, I think the plastic fenders. Then we have a little bit of a side skirt going on. But these doors are so massive. And they're so like flat too. Like there's no shaping on the entire car. It just looks like straight up sculpted metal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was talking about, the windscreen. Because it's so big that the windshield wiper is probably as tall as you. I'm not even joking. I'm not trying to dag on you, Shankar, but that windshield is just so massive. And obviously, I think you would have like good visibility because like you obviously have this window right here for that massive not a massive overhang, but like the massive windscreen that like goes all the way down to the very front of the car with that little bitty overhang. But we have the charging port open right now. We have these little somewhat reflectors. Let's go around to the back again because this light bar, everyone's doing a light bar now. They didn't really do it in 2019, but I think that's when the trend started. But we have the reversing camera stuck up there, just like integrated decently. But this is just a massive truck bed. And I don't know if it's going to be that functional, but we'll see once these things really start getting delivered everywhere across the United States. Jeez, man, I don't know what else to say about this thing because this thing is so big and it's so like geometrical in the design. I think that's why people are buying this like the most, because if it looked like a conventional truck, let's say the Rivian R1T, the Ford F-150 Lightning, what's another electric truck, the Silverado EV, the Ram 1500 EV, if it looked like any of those things, obviously people just buy it just because it has the name Tesla on it. Even our Hyundai Tucson, it's daring. It looks like a Wi-Fi bar for the headlights or angel wings. If it didn't look like this, then would you actually buy this thing? Because obviously it has like 800 horsepower or something like that. 4-wheel drive, it has the 4-wheel steering, it has basically everything that a Tesla has except a crazy design on this thing. So that's what makes this thing so special. And even like the Cyberquad right here, that even has like a crazy design, as you can see, like the angles all over it. But this doesn't even have that many lines on it. It has angles, yes, but there are very few of them. Like, just take a look at the side body lines too. It just goes from the headlight, the actual production headlight right here, then it goes into that body line right here, and then into the back reflector down there. All right, so I think that's basically it for my thoughts or first impressions about the new Tesla Cybertruck. I can't actually believe it's, you know, in the flesh, like actually here in a production form. Those seats look actually pretty comfortable though. But the Cybertruck, yeah, it's something different. It's obviously more daring than any other electric truck or just any other truck, especially with the design. First of all, it's electric, so that's something that is a new trend that's going on. But second of all, the design. Elon wanted to reinvent how the truck looked, and they did it well-ish. But I think it's gonna get some getting used to, if I word that correctly. This thing does not look like anything else you would ever see in your life. And I think this is a bold statement to say, but I think personally, it looks just as daring or just as much of a wow factor as a Lamborghini Aventador, which is my favorite car in the entire world. I sit for that car so much. But this, there is just something different about this, and I hate it so much, but it to the point where I think it's cool. So that's basically my verdict on this thing. What do you think about it? Tell me in the comments down below. And are you excited to see this thing on the road and actually driving? Obviously, you didn't keep the promises that Elon, you know, promised, but well, you can't please everyone, and especially for a 5-year wait, that's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is, and this is the Cybertruck. But if you haven't already, just like the video, subscribe down below, all that stuff. It is my dream to become a successful YouTuber. I make all types of content on this channel, from car reviews, vlogs, to my personal opinions, redesigning cars, short videos, informative videos, cinematic videos, and basically every single thing a car person wants on YouTube channel. So make sure you also turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I make a new video. But that is basically it. Again, tell me your thoughts on this thing, because it is so crazy and it has divided so many opinions. But I need to go because we have a 4-hour drive home, and I have had a long day spotting hypercars and chasing them on the highway. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say. Check out my other videos for that. Either that, stay tuned for them, and that's it. I'm out.
Please subscribe. Lol, I have big dreams on YouTube.
Except for maybe Kia and Hyundai, but just dude, like